To get where you're going, you need an address, obviously. The house number, the street, the city. But then, right at the bottom, we add a mysterious string of characters, a postcode, a zip code. And if you've already written the address, what is the point? Isn't this just the address? Again, kinda ... yes, but also no. And there are actually two answers to why we have this, if this, also that system. Today, we're going to find them both. Every country has its own postal quirks. But let's start simple with the United States. They like to keep it numeric, just 5 digits. And for reasons unknown, they call it a zip code. Spoiler, it stands for Zone Improvement Plan. The classic explanation starts with the first digit. It divides America into 10 massive zones. We start counting with 0 in New England, 0 for New England and New Jersey. Wait, before we even count to 1, we have an exception, the non-contiguous zone. So New England is 0, and so is Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, which are 7% of the Earth's circumference away. That's quite a neighborhood. Let's call it Greater Atlanta. Moving on, digit 1 contains the Keystone Empire in Delaware, 2 spans the North-South Corridor, 3 covers the Deep South, 4 the Old Northwest, 5 the Highland States, 6 the Heartland, 7 the Crossroads, 8 the Mountain West, and 9 claims everything else, the West Coast, Alaska, Hawaii, and don't forget American Samoa, Guam, and the Mariana Islands, Greater Pacifica, mirroring Atlantia. So, digit 1 gives us the region, digit 2 divides it further. Montana is 59, Dakota is 58. Simple. You can make a nice, clean map of these digits like this, but that's not quite right. The actual map of where zip codes cover looks more like this. See all those holes? That's the federal land map. National parks, forests, deserts, no people, no houses, no mail, no codes, small. But even when we color those holes back in, if we look closer, the map gets ... melty borders blur. You get cross-border exceptions everywhere. A town in one state has a code that belongs to another, and when we get to the third digit, the map stops making sense entirely. Because we've been trying to do this all wrong. These 3 digits, they don't mark land, they mark infrastructure. The first 3 digits of a zip code point to a specific, massive building, a sectional center facility. It's a behemoth that doesn't sort mail for you. It sorts mail to be shipped to the local post offices in its area of influence. That's why the map is melted. Because the sorting centers are strategically placed for efficiency, not for geography. If you live on the edge of your state but closer to a sorting center in the next state over, your zip code follows the sorting code, not the state line. So here's what happens. The first digit sends it to a national zone. The second and third digits route it to the specific sectional center. When it arrives there, the fourth and fifth digits sort it down to the local post office. And this is where it gets interesting. You know those extra 4 digits Americans are supposed to use? The zip plus 4. No one uses them. Because the first 5 digits get the job done. But the plus 4 is the final sort. It tells the carrier exactly which truck, which route, which side of the street. It's the last step. So, the geographical oddities aren't odd at all. The code isn't a place, it's a route, a giant fork in the road. This is the first answer. The address is the destination, but the postcode is the journey. Most countries work this way. The UK arguably does it best, using letters to make the journey more memorable. M for Manchester, O for Oxford, L for London, gets the compass points, but it's the same story. The next digit narrows it to a post office, the last 2 to a delivery route. The UK code is so efficient, it can almost replace the address entirely. In theory, you could just write the house number in the postcode and it would get there. I don't live that dangerously, but it's possible. But this raises a question, if an old code can get this close. If we were starting from scratch today, could we do it better? That's exactly what Ireland thought. They looked at their system and said, we have GPS now. We have giant sorting machines. Humans don't need to memorize logical codes. Machines just need to read. So they started over and they went random. Cork, your code starts with T12, Limerick, V94, Waterford, X35. It's horrifying for anyone trying to memorize geography, but for a machine, it's perfect. They ran past every single delivery point in the country and slapped a random 7-character code on the door. Because here's the secret. That random code is linked to a massive database. And the last 4 characters of that code? They're a GPS coordinate in disguise. It pinpoints the exact spot the mail is supposed to land. The giant sorting machines don't need to know the logic of the code. They just look it up on the big list. For humans, it's still just a short, memorable code to write on the letter. But for the system, it's the destination itself. And there's a bonus. In other countries, when a town grows, the codes have to shift to maintain order. People have to remember new numbers. In Ireland, if your mailbox never moves, your code never changes, there's no order to maintain. So, we come back to our question, why the address and the code? We found our 2 answers. For most of the world, the postcode is the journey. It's the set of instructions that gets your letter from your hand to the right truck. You write the destination, and the code tells the system how to get it there. But in Ireland, they found a new answer. They made the postcode so precise that it becomes the perfect address. The code is the destination. So, everywhere else, you write both. In Ireland, you can write both, but you probably don't have to. It all looks quite complicated, doesn't it? Which makes you wonder, did anyone ever consider just using one postcode for the whole country? Thanks for watching the deep dive. See you in the next one.